Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on this upcoming transit of planet Venus, when on March 2nd Venus will transit in the sign of Pisces, and from March 2nd till March 25th it is going to be transiting in the Pisces sign, being conjunct with the planet Saturn over there. So friends, it's not an exaggeration to say this thing that this could be one of the most defining transit of this year. The only reason why I'm saying this thing, because Venus, which has got a say over the matters of love, romance, marriage, relationship, attraction, creativity, luxury, pleasure. So if Venus is going to be in the Pisces, which is its sign of exaltation, so that in itself means that you will have that feel good factor, and all attributes which I just explained, they will manifest results in their purest of the form. And just because friends, Venus is coming out of the clutches of the Rahu, that means if, let's say for example, the whole month of Feb was filled with obsession, fascination, restlessness, so this is going to be the month of March, when Venus is going to be exalted conjunct with Saturn, that it will actually give you a foresight, like when we say that where your love life is heading, how you can plan and structure your creative projects. See, a Venus-Saturn combination is generally labeled as a very mature love, like where people are willing and ready to commit themselves. Like even when we talk about people who are connected with the fields of arts and creativity, so this could be the time when you could be approached for some long-term project as well, some lifetime opportunity as well. Friends, I always say this thing, see, Venus, Mercury, Sun, they like transit one zodiac sign almost every month. But when we talk about Saturn, which like stays in one zodiac sign for 2.5 years and only comes back after like almost 28 or 30 years. So that means Venus-Saturn conjunction in a alignment where Venus is going to be in its purest of the state, being exalted. After this will happen next year as well in 2027, but then afterwards you might have to wait like for another 28 or 30 years. So that means this could be the defining time in the matters of love. So friends, like the way I mentioned, first of all, when we talk about the seriousness, practicality, boundaries, long-term planning, qualities of the Saturn, so Venus will function in this way, that in the matters of your love life, in this period of time, the capacity to commit, to find that soul level kind of match, union, that tendency, that possibility is going to be very high. And the second thing is that a lot of the times, because Saturn is connected with the karma as well, right? All the fated encounters generally happen because of the Saturn. And when Saturn is in the Pisces, it has got more to do with like reconciling all those karmas which need to be compensated. So during this time there might be the re-entry of your ex, there might be some sort of fated encounters, and like the way we say that high possibility that once you will find or meet someone, like the way for example a lot of the times when people book their reading and their primary concern is of the marriage, and when I look at their chart, when I ask them, hey, you are actually looking and like going through some auspicious time, what exactly is happening? They say that, see, it's not the case that I'm not getting the proposal. I am getting the proposal. I am going out on the meetings, on the arranged matrimonial kind of meetings, those in whose case the creative work is getting applicable. So projects are coming to me, but nothing is clicking. So this word where we say that nothing is clicking, so this could be the time when, you know, where someone can strike a chord, someone can actually like, you know, touch you, or you might be able to see a vision together with someone, like starting a life, building a life with someone. So that kind of energy is going to be there when Venus is going to be in conjunction with the planet Saturn. Again friends, the way it has been explained in majority of the books, that if Venus is in the influence of the Saturn, it can actually give you a very dry partner, very old partner, very mature partner, very sickly partner. So again friends, see, all of that gets applicable, that in this kind of combination, conjunction, which planet is getting dignified. From Saturn's perspective, see, in any case, Saturn, when it is in the Pisces, it is a neutral placement for it. And like the way, because Saturn is like heading towards its sign of debilitation, so it's like a Nicha Rohi kind of placement. So Saturn is already in a surrender mode. But when we talk about Venus, Venus is in its purest of the dignity. Had this conjunction would have taken place in the Capricorn, result could have varied. Then I could have said the same thing, that you might find someone very practical, very dry, romance will die. But this is a different alignment. Venus, Saturn in the Pisces. And the way I mentioned, you get these kind of like blessings and gift once in a while. So this is one opportunity, this one time when the door of opportunity blessing is opening in 2026, and the last it will open in 2027. Afterwards you might have to wait for many more years. So okay friends, when we talk about the general remedies connected with the planet Venus, I always say, because somehow Saturn is also a part of it, and it's the Pisces energy. So charity donation, apart from doing the beach mantra chanting of the Venus and the Shri Suktam, this could be Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, all these chants you can do. Along with that, when we talk about the charities or the donation, so in any of the place of worship, this could be church, this could be temple, this could be any monastery, meditation center, donating the white things, this could be rice, this could be milk, this could be sugar, you can consider doing that. And like just try to be and stay as respectful towards female, and like for the especially the young kids, like if you live in a part of the world where you have like kids who like ask for food or money outside the religious places, so giving the white color sweet especially to the females, to the young girls, can also be considered as one of the very good remedy connected with the planet Venus. So okay friends, now we will briefly look at that based on your rising sign, how this like one of the lifetime transit is going to be influencing you. Friends, when we talk about the Aries native, so friends, for the Aries native, this is going to be the conjunction of your second, your 7th lord with your 10th and the 11th lord in the 12th house. So a very blessed time for those Aries Lagna who are actually looking for a partner or spouse for themselves in the foreign land. You're already based in foreign land, you're open towards being married to someone from different culture, different religion, different ethnicity. So high possibility that you might find someone. If you're running Dasha, is also running very favorable. Along with that friends, like creative projects, overseas opportunities, that potential is going to be very high. See, just because had Venus being alone, I would have said that this could be very expensive time, but just because Saturn is over there as well, so very good time for the investment. And there's a high possibility that it can bring a structure in your financial portfolio, in your family life, in your romantic life, if that has been lacking, if that has been an issue with you from the past couple of months, so this can get sorted out during this time. So yes friends, for the Aries Lagna, I would say there couldn't be any of the better transit for you, and try to capitalize on it. If you're already dating someone, you're seeing someone, and like other person is pressing you for commitment and all, so this could be the sign from the cosmos that this person is meant for you. Along with that friends, some sort of fated encounters, whatsoever development will happen in this phase, in this period of time, in your life, in your love life, in your creative work, just see it as a good omen, that it is something which is aligned for you. Again friends, I don't say this thing with that much confidence when it comes down to the influence and contribution of the Rahu, because with Rahu definitely there is fascination, there is obsession, but sometimes there is illusion as well. But right now the way this transit is happening looks like something very good, something very long lasting is coming for the Aries natives. Now friends, when we talk about the Taurus, so friends, in your case, this is going to be the transit of your ascendant lord. So again friends, taking place in your 11th house, a very strong yoga for commitment, for seeing a future, investing in your future. Gains can increase, and again here I'm talking about something which has got very long-term value attached to it. Friends, family, people in your network circle will play a very significant role. Friends, in your case, because Venus is your 6th lord as well, it is your 10th, it is your like Saturn is your 10th and your 9th lord as well, your Karak planet. So that means in terms of career, like high possibility of advancement in your line of work, like promotion or some more strong career opportunities. So that is the kind of yoga which is getting generated for the Taurus Lagna natives. Friends, when we talk about the Gemini, so friends, for the Gemini, it is going to be happening in your 10th house. Venus tend to be your 5th lord and your 12th lord. So friends, that in itself tells about that if you're connected with the fields of art, entertainment, creativity, like PR, networking and all, so this could be a very defining transit for you. Again friends, I always say whenever a planet is transiting from the first house, the influence and the flavors, the attributes of that planet gets reflected in our personality. And if it is transiting from the 10th house, work style reflect that. So I mean to say, many people will find your work very relatable, emotionally moving, and lot of relatability. You will find that people are resonating very strongly with you, and many career opportunities will come to you because of your community, because of your reference, because of your goodwill. So that will drive your work during this time. So yes friends, for the Gemini, if you're already awaiting for any promotion, you're applying for any job, any references which you are seeking, this could be the time for you. And again friends, because Venus is your 5th lord as well, right? Whether you are a student, completed your studies and you have to face any interview, or you are an artist, you have to launch, you have to release any of your work, so high possibility that your work will receive very good response, it will be met with accolades. There's a high possibility of that. Friends, when we talk about the Cancer, so friends, for the Cancer natives, Venus is going to be getting exalted in your 9th house, getting conjunct with the planet Saturn over here. So again friends, if I were to say, if you are considering any relocation, it's a very beneficial time for you. Anything connected with travels, connected with pilgrimage, there will be that feeling of luxury. And again friends, there will be many because of the support of the luck. This could be your spouse, your connections played a part, but many opportunities will come during this time. And again, here I'm talking about those opportunities where we say that your lifestyle, your public image, your PR, everything will get reinforced. And again friends, because Venus is connected with the feminine divine, Cancer is connected with the feminine vibration, so it's a very auspicious 1 month. We will be having the Chaitri Navratri that is also happening in this month. So all what I can say is that a very auspicious time for you for worship, for devotion. If it is possible for you, if your health allows, keep the 9-day fasting around the Navratris as well. So yes friends, those who are planning to buy, invest in a new house, to start a mortgage, relocation, buy a new vehicle, or those who are planning to start fresh in a new country, visa, immigration related concerns. So overall, a very very supportive transit for the Cancer Lagna. I only have good things to say. Friends, when we talk about the Leo natives, so friends, for the Leo natives, Venus becomes your 3rd lord, your 10th lord, and it is going to be getting exalted in your 8th house, getting conjunct with Saturn over here. So again friends, for the Leo Lagna, there is that kind of energy and potential where, let's say for example, things were looking very dark, and suddenly phoenix will rise, or support will come from unknown sources. High possibility of that. If your profession is connected with the 8th house, with research, investigative work, passion, chemistry, if you are professionally operating in these kind of fields, I would say some sort of breakthrough, some sort of accolades, some sort of path breaking kind of work. So that is getting, that kind of energy is getting generated for the Leo Lagna. Again friends, even in terms of the matters of relationship, commitment in the matters of relationship, I'm not seeing any vulnerability as long as your running dashas are not making you vulnerable. See, Rahu Ketu axis, when it is happening in the 1st house, 7th house, fated events generally happen. Rahu in the 7th house trigger that obsession, sudden fascination, attraction towards someone. And when your 7th lord is already in the 8th house and Venus is passing from it, so I mean to say, in the matters of love, relationship, amendments in your mistakes, asking for forgiveness, extending that olive branch. This could be a case that in the past couple of months your relationship has gone through ups and downs, and now you want to make peace with it. You are regretting your acts, your moves, and you want to settle. So even for that kind of settlement kind of energy, it is going to be very auspicious for you. So yes friends, Venus is a very likable planet, there's no doubt about it. Venus is your third lord as well, Venus is your 10th lord as well. So and the role which Saturn plays, so all what I can say is that this is a time for like foreseeing a future, investing in long-term asset, and making peace, asking for forgiveness for any wrongdoing. Don't act with ego, don't act with that degree and level of self-importance, and Venus will give you very good result. Again friends, the whole like concept of Pisces has to do with the surrender, has to do with the unconditional surrender, with the compassion, not with the ego, not with your the concerns of the self. The more you will dissolve, the more universe will reward you. That is what I'm trying to say. Now friends, when we talk about the Virgo, so friends, for the Virgo, Venus is your second lord, Venus is your ninth lord. It is going to be getting exalted in the 7th house, being conjunct with the planet Saturn. So friends, yes, you cannot have another better time or transit for like getting into serious commitment mode in the matters of relationship. So 7th house also tells about our commercial aspiration, it also tells about our public image, our public dealing, prospects of promotion, like bhavat bhavam. From the 10th you have to go 10 places ahead of it, right? So if I were to say friends, because of the support of the luck, like there is a high possibility of running into someone like considering to commit yourself in the matters of relationship. If something has been going on very casual in the matters of relationship, in the matters of art, creative projects and all, so this is the time for foreseeing a future, committing yourself to the cause. And those who are like any arranged marriage seeker as well, so 2nd and the 9th, these are the two prime houses which governs our family matters as well, our family say as well. So even those who are on a arranged marriage path, high possibility that the proposal which will come to you in this month, they are going to be designed for you or aligned for you, meant for you, high possibility of that. Along with that friends, the way I've been saying this thing, many of the fated encounters happen during this time. So like this could be a case that like in the past you did not get any closure with your ex, so that can happen during this time as well. And in the matters of the business, like this is a very good time. If you have any product ready, you're trying to launch it, you're trying to release it, or lately, because when Saturn is in the 7th house, it individually, Saturn in the 7th house can create a lot of the dryness in the matters of relationship. And even your 7th lord is in the 10th house, so there is like a lot of the energy of the dutifulness, work, paying bills, finance, that has been taking precedence in the matters of your relationship. Venus's entry over here will add the flavors of love, passion, intimacy to it. So overall a very supportive transit. Friends, when we talk about the Libra, so friends, it is your ascendant lord, your 8th lord. It is going to be getting exalted in your 6th house, getting conjunct with the planet Saturn over there. So again friends, in your line of work, this could be the time of some serious commitment, like signing a bond with an employer, starting a mortgage, getting any loan approved. So yes friends, see, when we talk about 6th house energy and Saturn being over there, it has got more to do with the duty, it has got more to do with commitment to the work, the oath which you take, the loyalty which is expected out of you, the commitment, integrity. So all of that comes into the forefront. So yes friends, that's all what I can say for the Libra. Again, individually as well, in the Kal Purush Kundli, 6th house carries that Virgo, service and dutiful energy. So regarding that, you are a lawyer, you are in the health industry, you are a pharmacist, this could be a very good time for you. So again, in the matters of the 6th house, your health, your service, your duty, so this is going to be the time of making some serious commitments. Those who have to write any competitive exam, any lawsuit connected hearing, and promotion, competitive exam, high possibility that you will act, you will work, you will perform with a proper vision, long-term vision in your mind. So overall, a very kind of a structure giving kind of time for the Libra natives. Now friends, when we talk about the Scorpions, so friends, for the Scorpions it is going to be happening in your 5th house. So friends, 7th lord getting exalted in the 5th house, this is actually the time of serious commitment. Whether you are an artist or whether you are of that age group where you are eyeing for like getting into the matrimonial bond, or you have been dating someone and you have been looking for the right opportunity to initiate the process of marriage, planning a child, those kind of family related lifetime kind of commitments. So this is going to be the transit which will bring that opportunities to you. Again friends, for certain people this could be the time of like some serious investment in your financial portfolio, lucky break, speculative gains. So all that possibility is going to be there. Again friends, when we talk about 5th house, 5th house tells about our personal magnetism, the charm which we have. 5th house is also the house of the Pur Punya, past life merit as well, right? So yes, it is actually adding that kind of charm in your persona, in your personality. See, Saturn just wants us to be known for our integrity, for our actual hard work, our struggle, our achievements, and Venus just add that flavor of like, you know, beauty, glamour to it. So overall, a very supportive transit for the Scorpions. Many fated encounters in the matters of the love life and the relationship. Friends, when we talk about the Sagittarius, so friends, for the Sagittarius natives, it is going to be happening in your 4th house. So friends, Venus is not a very good planet for you, and so is the case with the planet Saturn as well. But just because somehow Venus moon gets the directional strength in the 4th house, you are planning to like do any decor in your house, or like buy a new vehicle, or like, you know, some sort of serious commitment, like the way you have been dating someone and now you want to ask your lover, your partner, that hey, let's move in together, let's manage our finances together. So that sort of commitment with your partner, that possibility is going to be there. And again friends, if you are a freelance artist, designer, you are an actor, performing artist, you are an architect, you are a realtor, you are a designer, so many like some very strong lifetime kind of opportunities can come to you during this time when Venus is going to be dignified in your 4th house. Friends, when we talk about the Capricorn, so friends, Venus becomes your Yogarak planet, and Venus is going to be getting exalted in your 3rd house, being conjunct with your ascendant lord. So yes friends, if you are an artist, you are a creative person, so you have to be very accountable, you have to be very responsible. If you will act with that sense of responsibility, you can actually turn around, like can expect good attention, good spotlight for your work. So see, because friends, Venus in itself represents our appreciation for the beautiful things. I always say the planet which can make you very good artist is Mercury. Venus makes you very tasteful, right? Like, you know, you have that sense for appreciating the beautiful things. Venus is a prime planet when we talk about networking. See, again, Mercury, Venus, they both are important. Moon represents the public masses as well. But I would say that Venus add that flavor where, you know, you become very likable. So with Venus and Saturn in the 3rd house, this is a very good time for capitalizing on your connection, like putting the word out and marketing yourself, like self-marketing, self-promoting yourself. So that is the kind of energy which is getting generated. Those who are in sales, media, marketing, commissioning work can expect a turnaround. And again friends, when you have planets in this dignity, don't look for quick gratification, quick gains, short-term gains. Think in the lines of building a structure and getting benefited for the long term. So yes friends, Venus is your 10th lord, and like many of the Capricorn Lagna natives can expect a breakthrough, like some very important opportunities. Yes, and because Venus is your 5th lord as well, even in the matters of love, romantic life, you want to propose someone with serious marriageable kind of intention. So this is the right period, this is the right month for you. So yes friends, that's all what I can say for the Capricorn natives. Whether you are an artist, you are of that age group, in that stage where love is your main concern, companionship is your main concern, or like kick-starting your your project, your artistic creative endeavors, is your main objective right now, priority right now, or you have been working on any project for a long time, you're looking for the right time to release, launch, this is the transit for you. Friends, when we talk about the Aquarius, so friends, for the Aquarius natives, this is actually going to be very, very good transit. Like whether you are planning to sell any of your property, you are connected with like artistic creative field, or some major investments, lifetime investment. This could be investment in your family home, this could be investment in your marriage, in your relationship portfolio, starting fresh in a new country. So that is the kind of energy which is getting generated for the Aquarians. See friends, for the Aquarians right now, Rahu Ketu axis is in your first house and the seventh house. Your whole life, your identity, your thought process, your personality, your public image, everything right now is getting reinvented. And over and above that, if Venus, your Yogakaraka planet, getting dignified, being conjunct with your ascendant lord, so this is the time for some serious commitment in your finances, in your family life, in your love life, in your romantic life. So try to capitalize on it. Now friends, when we talk about the Pisces natives, so friends, for the Pisces, it is going to be happening in your first house. Finally friends, a sigh of relief. You still have like Mars and Rahu transiting in your 12th house, but Venus will bring that sigh of relief. See, Venus is not a very good planet for you, and I have been saying this thing for the March monthly prediction. 3 planets like your 12th lord, your 8th lord and your 6th lord are going to be transiting in your first house. So health is still going to be a concern, I'm not denying that. But again friends, when we talk about being likable, being perceived as a family kind of person, and considering serious commitment like launching, releasing those projects and work. See, Venus is your 3rd lord as well, right? So with your expression, with your efforts, like trying to give that message that I can be trusted. So for receiving that public trust, this is a very good time. And again friends, I always say Venus and Saturn combination, so especially those who are connected with politics, social work, spirituality, and you are planning to like make some major investments, major like collaboration, alliances, energy is very supportive. Health is just one concern where you have to be very careful, but in most of the avenues, this will add that glamour, that charm in your personality, will make you likable, and a very good yoga for some important commitment, investment in your future. So yes friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.